Hey, it's just me. I did a video on this Insider Ratchet thing. I got equipment that I don't know how to use, so the sound's super janky. I tried to fix it. There's a lot of information in here that you might find useful specifically for this ratchet. And yeah, there's actually three parts, not two, because I improvise everything that I do in my daily life. So enjoy. Hey, what's up? Welcome back. We'll go over a little bit more about the Insider Ratchet. It's actually going to be a two-part video, so stay tuned. So part one is going to caveat off my other video. I'll leave that video down in the description link, and it's how to increase the tension on your ratchet mechanism. And then part two is because I broke it, so now there's a complete teardown of the ratcheting mechanism as well. So for part one, I'm gonna go ahead and take the spring out. Um, all the resources and everything are in the video that it's linked in the description. But you're gonna want to take a pair of pliers here. I don't know if you can see this very well. It's a spring. It's dark, kinda. But so you're gonna take a pair of pliers here. I can't even see it. I gotta take my glasses off. Oh goodness. And you're gonna ever so slightly bend the tips of this spring towards the main body of the actual spring housing or the spring itself. Now be very careful when you do this, because if you do it too much, you can actually cause an issue trying to get this thing back together, and it will not go back together. I had two vice grips holding the spring retainer in there, and I still somehow broke the mechanism for the switch on the back there. But I did get it together. It just took forever. And another thing to keep in mind is when you put this back in, make sure the long portion of this the turning device, I forgot what it's called already, is actually facing towards you, because I had it facing away. That's probably part of the problem I had. When I went to go put this in there, it wouldn't seat right. There was not enough space for it. And that's probably how I broke the dang thing. So, but actually, it's not broken. It works very good. You just need something to change the direction. So we're going to go into part two now of this. I'm going to show you what I found in here, actually. Might be quite disturbing. So this is the entire ratcheting mechanism. It's all contained, obviously, in the housing here. This is the latch that I broke. It's in two pieces, you can see. I'm going to put that there for right now. This is the collar for the shaft that's inside here. You can actually get this shaft out right now. It's actually keyed. So it's got, I don't know if you can see it very well, but you can rotate it left or right so that the pin is directly even with the opening of the ratchet, and you could pull this whole shaft out. And I might do that later just to show you. I want to get right down into the nitty gritty here. So what I thought in my last video was that these plastic pins right here, or I thought they were metal at the time. I thought you spread those apart to get this thing out. That's false. So this is actually a plastic cover that pulls apart. So you got that piece. Inside, you have two, what they call paws. There's a spring on each side. And in the middle is the locking mechanism for direction. How I got this apart, besides breaking it, this piece right here, the turny piece, I'll get that out real quick. So there is no ball in here, just so you're aware. I thought I lost it. It's actually a little spring with a It's a rounded pin type. The tension pin. Whoa, almost lost it again. Yeah, and then it's got these two knurled spots for that pin to sit. And then this whole directional switch is actually pressed into this housing here. And there's a little plastic piece of, I guess you'd call it a guide that goes along. I'm assuming you put it in here first to align the directional switch to be pushed into it. But since I didn't know what it was, I melted it out of there with fire, because I didn't know if it was locking that pin in there. But this whole pin, it's just pressed in there. I imagine it is a one-time use thing, because it is cast and it didn't take long to break. So if you're trying to get this thing apart, be aware of that. You could break it. This is actually much higher quality metal than the directional switch there. I want to get all this. Like, I don't want to lose any of it. Go. In you go. So that's a pretty decent spring right there. So these paws in here, you can get those out of the back too here. Right there. So I was having directional switch changes, or not directional switch changes, but what you call it? Issues changing the direction. And it was due to what I'm about to show you. Not on this side. So see the little spring in there? All right. So what's on this side is where the issue arose, where it would lock the directional switch up. And it's right there. You see that? That's actually part of the paw spring that snapped off. And I could only get the thing to change direction if I tapped it on something to get that piece of metal down and out of there. Yeah, this is the entire breakdown of this whole thing. Now I'm going to put it back together. I think these only go in a certain way. Pretty dang sure they do. Yeah, they do. They got a left and a right. We'll put this one in first. And I wish I had some tools. Don't. And you just slip them back in there. Just like so. I'm assuming this goes on. Well, that's actually part of over here. Just got stuck inside. All right. This is where it gets tricky. Right here, getting this thing back together with that installed. I don't have a part or a tool to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. So you don't want to start with the spring. You do want it assembled though, just like so. What you're going to do is with the little ball detents facing down, you're going to put it in there. It won't go all the way in because you need to push these paws out to get it to go in and walk. And we don't want it all the way in yet. Dang it, Bobby. Yeah, let's. All right. Where was it? Yeah, flat side down right there. Balls. Inverted balls facing down. So you're going to take this whole, the spring and the little detent, and you're going to slide it in there just like so. And what you're going to do next is get a screwdriver or something to get in there and push the end of the spring down And once you get it kind of down, you're going to open the teeth and it'll seat that device. And then you can rotate it freely. But right now, like I'll have to put it back together when I get to work. And then this actually goes in here. Goes just like that. So right on the shaft there. Takes a little bit of finagling to get back together. But this is actually still a very functional ratchet. You just need to get a screwdriver in here to change the direction. You can probably get it something else in there as long as it doesn't interfere with the housing to rotate the direction. But right now it's a chore to get this thing to rotate directions and actually I'm gonna do something different here and I'm gonna try a new thing. So we're back. You might have noticed that the thing's changed. Sounds different a little bit. I'm actually in augmented reality. I got the PDF file pulled up right here for if it'll freaking work. Right here is the parts list for the Insider Ratchet. Spent a long time looking for this thing. I don't know which one I have because I lost the tag right here. So this is well, I can't even point at it. Do this. This is what I got. So when I took this apart originally, it only had the spring and this retainer. But on this parts list right here, it has number 4, which is a friction ring. That was never inside the device. And I don't know if it was part of the reason why this thing failed, because there was some metal in there. I don't even know what it's made out of, but you can't buy it. Um, but yeah, so, and I don't even know where to get any of these parts. But the fact that you can find this is good. So the pawl springs right here, number 8, if you can see right there, those two, they're unobtainium also. And so is everything else. Now, number 16, the part that I broke, the knob, that has a part number that I can order. But I would also want to get number 3 and number 2 and possibly number 4, but we see there's no part number for 4. The rest of the document just kind of goes over how to take it apart. This is the electrical stuff, obviously. I'm not going to insult your intelligence with things. And then down at the bottom is lube points for this thing. So there are needle bearings that go on the shaft that are inside right here. If you can see that pretty well. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of it. If you're looking for this document, I'm gonna show you right up here. So it was released in 24. So I bought this about 24, but I don't know if it's this particular ratchet, is what I'm saying, because it was, you know how the stock works, right? Yeah. Anyway, so this might be the most up-to-date document for the Milwaukee Insider Ratchet right here. And to find this, just Google Milwaukee Insider Ratchet parts service list. We're right there, or you can search by this number or by catalog number, like any of this up here, the important stuff. So if you found this helpful, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever, comment. If you know where to find these things, make a comment, as I am looking for parts to restore this to the original function that I bought it at. So